Look at this. Watch. Easy. Easy mode. 1, 2. Ooh, these turns take way too long, dude. Way too long. Holy crap. Alright, now we can finally start going face. Look at these triggers on this deck. Is there literally 11? Is that what it says? Hello everyone, it's the Grey Goose, and today is Green Friday, and we happen to drop Jund as our colors. I made a Jund sack deck about a month ago. This one's a little bit different. I go through the differences in the deck tech, then we'll get into some gameplay. So in this deck, the primary difference between this month's version and last month's version resides in the Beanstalk Giants. They help just to provide a little bit of ramp, not to mention a big beater at the end. If we're going against an opponent that doesn't have a lot of chump blockers, these guys can easily finish out the game by themselves. Plus, like I said, with the ramp and also color fixing to help find our few kind of mountains in there in our deck compared to the other colors. So just the 2 of. Of course, we have the regular package of the 4 Cauldron Familiar, 4 Witch's Oven. We all know what they do by now. You're sacking to gain life, to deal damage. You have a chump blocker. It's pretty awesome. Gilded Goose, providing you with ramp, providing you with food, 4 of. Also just a chump blocker himself in a way. Trail of Crumbs times 4. This is your main draw engine, and it actually gets a bit insane. What with all the food you're providing with the Witch's Oven, the Gilded Goose, etc. And also this comes down with 1. So anytime you're able to have 1 extra mana up on your turn, you almost always want to try and do that while you have Trail of Crumbs. Not to mention you can get multiple of these out and then it just gets ridiculous. 3 of Murderous Rider, utility's great. Destroy that creature or planeswalker for 2 life at instant speed. Plus then you get a 2/3 lifelinker down. And he can kind of be useless as that. He's okay. But then maybe you just end up sacrificing him using your Witch's Oven. You get a food and then he goes back in your library for you to eventually be able to play again. Thrashing Bronodon times 2. Pretty solid stats. 3/4 for a 3. Plus there's a lot of artifact and enchantments out there. Especially if you happen to run up against a mirror deck. You're going to want this. Mayhem Devil 4 of. 3 CMC for a 3/3. Not too bad by himself. But his passive ability to deal 1 damage to any target whenever any player sacrifices a permanent. Not to mention you can have multiple of these on the board. It just gets absurd. You can easily take an opponent from 20 to 0 health with just pinging with Mayhem Devils and Cauldron Familiars ETBs. Wicked Wolf, just a 1 of, 4 CMC for a 3/3. It fights another creature if you want. When it enters the battlefield. Plus, if you have a food on the board, it gets +1/+1, and it gains indestructible. And if you have multiple foods on the board, basically, it can never be destroyed. It does come into play tapped, though, if you end up fighting a creature, worth note. 2 of Vraska, Golgari Queen, 4 CMC, 4 Loyalty Start. So her +2 says that you may sacrifice another permanent. You don't have to. You still gain the +2, but if you do, you gain 1 life and draw a card. So this synergizes extra well with any extra food tokens you have lying around, because you're +2ing your Vraska. You're sacrificing a permanent, which is the food. And then also with your Trail of Crumbs, when you're sacrificing it, you just pay the 1 mana. So basically, you're going up +2, you're drawing 2 cards, and you're gaining 1 life, all off of her plus ability. That's absolutely insane. Not to mention, when she comes down, she can target remove anything 3 CMC or less costs on the board, artifact, enchantment, etc. And if she ever gets up to the point of ultimating with how wide you're going to get with your Mayhem Devils and your Cauldron Familiars, it's going to be easy just to get 1 attack through and win that way. Massacre Girl, just a 1 of, so she's really your only board wipe in this type of deck, and boy, she does a really good job, especially with how many small creatures you're going to have on the board. She can easily wipe everything. And then you're left with a 4/4 menace body on the board. Plus, you probably have some random foods on the board, so you can bring your kitties back. 2 of Corvold, Fey Curse King. I think 2 of still the right number. Some decks play 3, but I think of him just as a finisher. And for me, a finisher usually just want 2 of. Not to mention Mayhem Devils and Cats by themselves, as I said, can easily take your opponent from 20 to 0. So I like the consistency of other things. But yeah, Corvold, just a boss. He comes down 5 CMC for a 4/4. When he hits the board, he's automatically sacrificing another permanent. So he kind of effectively comes in as a 5/5. And then every time you sack a permanent or anytime you attack with Corvold, you're gaining +1/+1. So generally you want to put him down when you already have the ability to sack other things immediately, like Cauldron Familiar, which is with the Witch's Oven. Maybe you have some foods that you want to sack, or Thrashing Bronodon, etc. Your Vraska. So then you're automatically buffing him up to a 5, a 6, a 7, and you're drawing that many cards back, and maybe they kill him instantly, but you still have that much value, and that's just massive. 2 of Casualties of War in the main board, 6 CMC, so it's kind of costly to get, and the 2 black and 2 green can sometimes be tricky. So the Beanstalk Giant with the Fertile Footsteps, that also helps to ramp us up to the Casualties of War. That plus the Gilded Geese, it's just going to be so massive. Destroying a land and multiple other things, just so much value all bundled up into one card is absurd. For lands, we have 25. That's a good middle ground. You have 1 of Castle Loch Thwain. You have quite a few basics here, mostly just because of your Fabled Passage and your Fertile Footsteps. But you got some shock lands here otherwise to round it all out. Sideboard, you're looking at 3 Duress. It's really nice when you're in black. You always want to have Duress. You could argue that you want to put a Drill Bit instead in, which you could if you want. The Cauldron Familiars definitely activate Drill Bits fairly well, but that's up to you. 1 of Epic Downfall, 2 CMC to exile a 3 or greater card. Certain matchups, you're just going to want to put that down, and you're going to know when that is. And this is very powerful when it gets to work out. 2 of Noxious Grass, still just a great sideboard option anytime you have black in your deck. Any planeswalker or creature that's green or white instantly, plus you gain life. 1 life for 2 CMC is amazing. 3 of Lovestruck Beast. If your opponent's trying to aggro out, it's always good to just have these 5/5 beaters down, blockers. Not to mention if your opponent is super control-y, these are good to try and get under your opponent as well. 1 more of Thrashing Bronodon. If you're going up against the Artifact Enchantment heavy decks, you're going to want to put him in. 2 more of Wicked Wolf. I mean, you could potentially take these out for something else, but I just like to have the indestructible guys with all the food that we're going to have if we're going up against particularly creature combo heavy decks like an Edgewall Innkeeper and stuff. I like to have that targeted removal. 2 more of Massacre Girl. Once again, if we're going up against a creature heavy deck, to have these board wipes, just insane. Maybe not 2 in the sideboard, maybe just 1 of. You can play with that. 1 more of Casualties of War. You could argue that you might even want to go up to 2 in the sideboard to have a total of 4. Certain matchups where they go extra wide on the board with all sorts of different types of permanents, you want to have this in, but it can clog up your hand if you end up having 4 in your if you have 4 in your deck. I'm just saying, but that's up to you guys. Alright, so we're on the play here with our Jund Sacrifice. Let's see how we do here with this version. Alright, so I'm not necessarily loving this, but this is a nice turn 2 into turn 3 into turn 4 at least, so we'll go with it. Oh, it just lagged out there for some reason. Okay, it's a kitty deck versus a kitty deck. Boy, we love our kitties, don't we? Let's go ahead and Trail of Crumbs. Yep. So is this Golgari or is it Jund? It's probably Jund. I think it's the strongest version of Sacrifice / Food, so it's pretty much all you see these days of the Jund archetype. Let's go ahead. We'll ramp out. Why not? What do I want, though? It looks like I have enough swamps for Sherzies, so let's go with forests. Next turn, Vraska onto the Trail of Crumbs. Of course he draws that just before I can start sticking it to him, right, guys? Just before. Anyway, so do I get rid of the oven or the crumbs? I guess the crumbs. Yeah. Alright. Okie dokie. We have way too many lands. We need to filter through them ASAP. I want to get a forest here, so I put this down and I leave up a swamp for my Cauldron Familiar. So we're getting rid of the Trail of Crumbs, but he still gets to draw in the meantime. So good for him. But at least I get to see what he draws, right? We're ramped out really well. We just need to start getting some value. Corvold, sure. Casualties of War, yeah, would be really nice. So he decided to go for a land. Cool.
It seems fortune favors you.
There's our familiar. There we go. We're tied up in health, and if he tries to attack, I will block. I don't care. 3 for 5. We're 2 lands from being able to play the Beanstalk Giant. Not that he'd ever get an attack through. Hey, there he goes. So this is a mirror of mirror matches. Double love and yeah. He pump faked me, look at that. Cool plays, dude. You played yourself. That DJ Khaled reference. Alright, so we're up to too much mana is what I want to call it here. Too much mana. Alright, so here's how we're going to do it. We're going to thin out our lands even harder, so we do not draw a land here. You ready, guys? Go ahead and grab a mountain, sure. Alright, we're sacrificing our food. We're paying 1. Look at that Mayhem Devil. Oh, look at that Corvold Devil. Woo! I like that. So, are we going Corvold here? Is that the play? I think the play actually is Mayhem Devil, honestly. Because he's going to be sacrificing things for days. So, I'm just going to stay up to him with damage with our Mayhem Devil. And not to mention our Vraska is just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. What? So... yeah, if I'm gonna do this here because I have no guarantees bringing the cat back in. If I knew he was, I'd be hitting the Gilded Goose. So next turn, the first thing he sacrificed is going on the Gilded Goose. Then he has to make a tough decision because I'm going to be killing the Gilded Goose. There's one. Alright. So now he has to make that decision. So he is down to 3 mana. He could have a land and be up to 4. So there's Mayhem Devil for him. So that's spooky, right? Alright, is he going to have... yeah, he'll have enough to zap down the Vraska, which is unfortunate. But if he does that, also, right? Look at this. Watch. Easy. Easy mode. One. 2. Ooh, these turns take way too long, dude. Way too long. Holy crap. Alright, now we can finally start going face. Look at these triggers on the stack. Is there literally 11? Is that what it says? Oh, that is hilarious. 11 freaking triggers on the stack. Cool. Yeah, we're going K-Daddy here for sure. Yep. Getting rid of a land. Alright, drawing a card. Very good. Excellent. Except I can't play it, can I? Well, that's just silly. Doesn't even matter what I pick here. I think it does not. That's ridiculous. Whatever, dude. So we have to pass the turn and hope and pray he doesn't have a targeted removal. Right. Even if he doesn't have it to begin with, he's going to be able to draw into it most likely. But, you know, unless he gets like a Mayhem Devil off the top, he won't be able to ping it down. He's down to 1 card here. So he's scrying first, 0 top, that's good. Now he's going to do food shenanigans. Here we go. Alright, so bringing that in for free. 3-6. So he could still draw into a Casualties of War here in this top 4 cards pretty easily. Oh, well, yeah, that's right. He has to pay 1. So he can't even Casualties of War. Bashing Bronodon. Cool, man. Alright. So he's going all in with the, I guess you could call it the offensive. There's Beanstalk, I think. Yeah. It's fine. He has to get rid of that right now. Alright, so he is all tapped out. Cool. Ooh, Trail of Crumbs even. He doesn't see that. That's too bad for him, isn't it, fam? Got a food. Very good. Got a trail. Very good. And Corvold. Here we go. So we attack with the Corvold only. Ready? Because it sacrifices our kitty. Bye. So we're up to 6. And then we bring in the kitty. We're up to 7. Trail of Crumbs seems good, guys. Too bad I don't have any green right here. Ooh, Fabled Passage. That's gonna be good. So he's gonna take a hit of damage, isn't he? I could go ahead and sacrifice this, couldn't I? So we're drawing 2 cards off that. Oven. Yeah. That's all it'll take. Massacre Girl. Alright, so this is game 1. Seems pretty good. He's like, man, I guess I'll cat you. I guess I'll cat you. Alright, so I don't know. Maybe he was just waiting to see what that top deck was. He might do the cat combo once here just to see what's on those top 2 cards. If it's something like Casualties of War, he might give it a good try here. But I think we have too many combo pieces in our hand that even if he goes all in, like, yeah, he's got Casualties off the top. So that kind of stinks. So that bought him some time and some confidence, but it's over. It's over. It is over. Yeah. So he is all tapped out. You see that, guys? He has 1 Witch's Oven activation left. Murderous Rider, whoop-de-doo. We're just going to have to cat him to death at this point, and that's really unfortunate. Our Corvold lasted 1 turn. Speaking of 1 turn, do I just Casualties? I think there's too much value here not to. Let's get rid of lands even further, guys. So we need 1 more green. Yep. So if I play this, I have 1 left, which is fine. Let me get this down. Alright. And that. So land, enchantment, creature, artifacts. Artifacts, obviously this. Creature, obviously that. Land, doesn't really matter here. Whatever. Alright, so we're getting rid of quite a bit here. Only fair, he did it to us. Trail of Crumbs means he's out of his card draw engine. Very good for us. The Beanstalk Giant, if it comes down to be annoying, but like I guess I could just chump block him infinity. I don't want to swing in. No. Alright. So what's he got? We got our Trail of Crumbs, so pretty good. Why is he doing that first? What's he got? A board wipe? Okay, is he literally just gonna try and cat us to death from 14? It's not gonna work, dude. So there goes our Trail of Crumbs. So we just did that to activate the drill bit. Cool. Well, we have two cats. We have Massacre Girl. Yeah. Pass. Yep. My turn. Alright, so we are gonna cat. This is so boring. Gosh. Please, Theros. I haven't really reviewed all the cards yet because the full spoilers are tomorrow. But come on. I think there's a lot of exile from what I have seen briefly. So I'm happy about that because we're just going to put exile in every deck so we don't have to do this crap anymore. Do we just Beanstalk Giant or do we Wicked Wolf here? Murderous Rider, right? It's kind of annoying. If I put him down, right? Make a food, right? Why would it choose to use... Oh, it has to use a green, doesn't it? Yeah, of course it does. Alright, so we're just a little bit slow here, but we have two cats. We can kind of just start working him through his foods. Having the Goose here is pretty big, honestly. Not gonna lie. If he wants to Murderous Rider it, that's fine. He doesn't know about our Wicked Wolf. The problem is if he gets a Beanstalk Giant out, but then again we have one as well. But if we Beanstalk and then he murders it and then he puts his out, that's just gonna be super annoying. There goes our dang kitty catty. I guess it doesn't matter what we pick here, right? Alright. So we get two cats back, which is cool. Honestly, though... So Massacre Girl off the top. That's pretty interesting. Our Wicked Wolf could go 1-for-1 with the Massacre Girl, but then the blowback just means that... Well, actually, you know what? I think we're going to be okay. Yeah. Alright. This unfortunately also means that we don't get our cats back right away, but if there was anything that would eventually try and kill our Wicked Wolf, we could sacrifice it with Oven to get two foods back, right? Alright, cool. Yeah. Right. So here we go, right? Right, boys? I put this down, and then I'm able to trade 1-for-1 with Massey. Yeah. Alright, we're doing this. There we go. So is there any reason I should do this? No. I think the answer is no. I could put the familiar down, right? This still gives us options at instant speed, essentially. I don't think I have to do it yet. Who's that for? He tries a Murderous Rider, obviously it won't work. Oh, he's got card draw, so never mind, none of this matters because that's how he's just going to get value and win. Fantastic. Fantastic. So he still has the ability to play the Murderous Rider, so we got to respect that. He's going to try and swing in. No, he's not. Why wouldn't he? I guess I don't know why. Is he just going to leave the Murderous Rider up indefinitely here? Poor Vold, so he's just got so much going for him now. What a back and forth stupid match. Alright, so here we go. I think I have enough, yeah. I would say I have enough of these guys. So how we want to do this, huh? Smash through. I don't know why he chose no blocks there. Alright, so we're going up a little bit more in health. And then Beanstalk Giant's pretty cool, I guess. There's our 8-8 with no trample, no reach, no vigilance, no nothing. So he's got Murderous Rider, but I mean... okay, so we're getting rid of his Murderous Rider and we get 2 food. So that seems pretty good to us, doesn't it, guys? Yes, it does. The problem is he's got some big boys. Big boys that we're going to have to try and get through, which I don't know if we're going to be able to. He's going to fly over us and deal some massive damage next turn. So I think, unfortunately, we have to, like, Massacre Girl here, and he knows we have it, so... But the thing is, he has Trail of Crumbs, plus the Corvold going on, so... He has so much card draw value here. This first match has taken us almost half of our entire time. This first game. That's how terrible it is. Look, he even has Jungle Hollow. Nothing to do. Locked Wayne, huh? Cool. So how do I do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Corvold, right? Is going to get way too big. Way too big. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm assuming 5, 6. But then the Corvold's going to be bigger than that, isn't he? Oh boy. I don't think this is a good play here, though. If I swing in, I get 2 damage in, but he's got Witch's Oven and all that crap. I think I have to hope and pray for something here. You know, kind of like maybe a Murderous Rider. That would help. What's up, Patchy? Let's see here. So I can attack in now. Look at this. Attack in with all. I don't know. He's got that Trail of Crumbs out. And that Corvold was doing work, but kind of a clutch off the top Murderous Rider here, so we'll see. We'll see. Just the night that I decided that I rolled Jund for the daily random deck tech, I'm going up against Jund after Jund after Jund. It's just no fun. It's a clunky enough deck to play on its own, but to have to play against another, it's basically a battle of attrition through Trail of Crumbs, Casualties of War, and the whole Witch's Oven Cat combo. It's whew. Pizza. Trail of Crumbs. Okay, so he's gonna draw a card, get his cat back, go up to 6. We'll go down to 9. But yeah, I gotta fix my mixer a little bit more. I just started streaming yesterday. Was my first stream. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if stickers like slap up on screen or whatever, if that's just embers. I'm still getting completely used to all the mixer terminology. Jungle Hollow. This poor guy, I think that means that he just doesn't have all of the rare lands, but oh well. Him getting 1 health right now is definitely relatable. Alright, so he's got a big boy in the way, but I mean, we can block against that forever, but I don't think we can attack through it per se. Our Massacre Girl is not going to be big enough for it either. This is game 1 of, you know, best of 3. Look at this. I'm at 18 minutes. He's at 16. We've almost gone through half our time in this one game. It's ridiculous. Alright, alright. I think I just keep trying to get a Hail Mary here for the time being. If I shocked that in, it would have gave me access to Casualties of War, but doesn't matter anyways. Oh boy. So if I attack through, I still get 2 damage in. 2 damage. I think I have to push like that though, don't I? Yeah, the cat definitely looked like the good target there. I thought he was going to Wicked Wolf block with Beanstalk Giant, and then I'd have to sacrifice the food, but I guess he made that choice a little bit easier for me. So we get 2 through, like I said. What we do, not too much. I do want to get the Murderous Rider down. Any lifelink right now is pretty clutch. I'm going slowly wide enough, but I'm looking at all the cards in his hand there, and I'm a little bit uneasy about the situation. Him having the Trail of Crumbs is what's prolonged this match way too long here. I think at this point he still has the advantage, but if nothing else, I might time the dude out eventually, so that's a terrible way to win. I don't want to do it like that, but hey, sometimes you gotta win how you win. Alright, so smash in with your 9 with no trample. Yeah, this late withdrawal, like, and now he's got a Lochthwain too. I don't know, maybe he had that before, but I know the Trail of Crumbs is just doing so much work, letting him see the top 2. So yeah, if he attacks with the Beanstalk Giant, I guess I have to chump block regardless, but then I get to swing in even harder back. But what's he have in hand? Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. I am so sideboarding in a 3rd Casualties of War here. Oh my gosh. That's enough for casualties. Enough for thrashing. Whoop-de-doo. Alright. Here we go. Get rid of that Trail of Crumbs. Goodbye to you. Or is it Witch's Oven? I don't even know anymore. So he'll get to draw 1 more. I guess he didn't want to do that. With the 2 Beanstalk Giants, I really don't like this. I don't want to attack at all, honestly. We're too close, 4 and 5. The pings, they're so crucial right now. 1 ping is 25% of his health and basically 25 of mine. Alright, so he's doing the thing. Yeah. Yeah. If I had 1 more creature, I think I would have been able to go wide enough. Plus with the bounce back from a cat to get him. But obviously he's going to block the biggest ones here. Yeah. Less than 15 minutes on your timer. Oh boy, he is a Gilded Goose. That's infinite food. Crap. That's all the health he's going to need to outlast. Is he passing the turn here? Alright, so maybe somehow we get wide enough here to make it happen. Maybe. But he has 2 foods and tons of mana. I don't know. Oh. Let's see. We're going to have to go for it, aren't we? I'm going to put this land down slow, and this is, I think, our last turn. Because with the Goose, with the extra food... Alright, so we just flooded out. So I'll give him that first game. That's fine. I am totally fine to lose game 1. It's all about best of 3. So, Casualties of War. Thrashing Bronodon. Epics seem good. Noxious seem good. The rest, do I want that? The rest seems good, but let me see how our deck's going to look here. So we need to get rid of 7. I don't want to use a Massacre Girl. There's too much cats. It's not going to be worth it. Like, If he wasn't playing a Cats deck, sure. But not like this. So 6 more. Well, crap. I kind of want to get rid of one Murderous Rider, honestly. Rest. One less. Ugh. They're all so good. Beanstalk is just stupid ramp. I mean, he's nice at the end. I don't know. I just have to go for pure value. And what's it gonna be, guys? One less Trail of Crumbs. That card draw is too insane. One less Cauldron, maybe. One less Cauldron. And then one more. One more. Mayhem Devils are super clutch, but they're also prone to removal. I mean, everything's prone to removal, but him being at 3 health means his Mayhem Devil or whatever could quite easily ping him down as compared to a Corvold slot or something. So it's about the greedy, long game plays, and this looks pretty dope, I guess. We get to see his whole hand, we get to start putting foods out, and then anytime at all that we get to start activating that, it's going to be insane. Alright, Kush Knight, what you got? He's got the... So he's got the double Trail of Crumbs, but he also has a Mayhem Devil. And a Goose. Oh no! Look at that. So incredible. And I'm starting to look like I'm flooding out already again. I only have 25 lands in this deck. That seems like a good amount. I guess with the Beanstalk Giant, maybe I could start with 24. I don't know. That seems cutting it too close, though. Especially with, like, Casualties of War. 2 black, 2 green. So Vraska's good, but obviously we have to play her next turn. So it's going to be... Well, he can't Mayhem Devil. Well, if he has a black or a red, he can because of the Gilded Goose. I really don't want that Mayhem Devil to be doing a lot. If he plays the Mayhem Devil, he kind of went all in to play the Mayhem Devil. Yeah, he's going to do it. But then the Murderous Rider can kill the Vraska. And whatever. I have to get rid of that threat. Right. Okay. So he gets to draw one too, doesn't he? Alright. We have 2 Trail of Crumbs. I do like that. Let's go ahead and start getting rid of lands ASAP. It sucks we take 1 damage here, but I can't keep drawing lands like this. And we want to do it before Vraska comes down, obviously. We have 2 blacks. We have plenty of green. I don't know. We don't really need 2 red, though. I think traditionally I've needed more swamps than anything. Alright, so here we go. Technically, no, the Goose is already tapped, so I get rid of the Mayhem easy here, but then the Murderous Rider. But that's his whole turn blown, and then next turn I can food for 2 and draw 2 with Trail of Crumbs. Seems nice. What's up, Stefano? Yeah, the grind is real, Patchy. Like, gold in specific. Like, I've been up to, like, mid-high diamond before, and gold is by far the grindiest. Because Magic Arena's seasonal reset is very aggressive. Like, you have to be mythic, literally, to stay in platinum for the next season. Everyone who's done diamond 1 and below gets thrown back to gold, basically. So it's a huge mosh pit. I think it's too aggressive, if you ask me. Look at these lands! Make it stop. Alright, but we're going to go ahead and use this first. Start filtering through these lands. We have to. I want to swamp again because we have these 2 greens. Let's go ahead and sacrifice. And we're going to... Yeah, sure, why not? I'm going to look at the top 4 cards. That's a good one. Let's do it again. Wow. Seems good. Alright, so he blew his whole turn last turn on the Murderous Rider. Yeah, gold is a grind. There's some months that I don't make it either. Like, it's a huge time commitment unless you go on a massive win streak. I was able to last season quite easily with Rakdos Knights. I actually have a video about that on my YouTube. It had like a 73% win rate over like 15 matches or something, just to blitz through the last half of gold. And Rakdos Knights is good too because it's quick. Like, when you grind, speed is definitely a factor to consider. So he's got the witch's oven out now too, which is unfortunate, but he doesn't have the cat. Oh, Theros, I'm so pumped too. And I got invited to the early access event too, so all day Wednesday, starting at like 9 a.m. or whatever. It's open for 22-hour window. I think I'm gonna do all 22 hours. But Trail of Crumbs looks like the play. Free Trail of Crumbs. Oh man. I've never liked Azorius control in particular more than I do in this meta. Because, yeah, this takes my whole turn, so I'm gonna wait. That takes all my mana. But Azorius control with planar cleansing, you go up against a Jund player and you just feel sorry for him. I love that card so much. I'm gonna time out. But you know what I really like? But he's worse. He's perfect for Azorius control. I love it. But I think I have seen the red-blue Chimera. I just don't remember off the top of my head like what his name is and what his abilities are. I'm going to play the crap out of that early access event and just immerse myself in everything. I'm so excited also for the Temple ofs. Like, to be able to have the full set. That is so awesome. Like, yeah, they don't come in any faster than the life gains or the guild gates, but the scry is so powerful, especially for a slower control-oriented type deck. That's what you want. Alright, I'm talking too much. I'm just gonna win by timeout. Oh no, look at all these ovens coming in. Crap. Alright, so pass. It's coming back to me now. Okay, so we just have to do this. I have to like hit a Casualties of War here. ASAP. Untapped land at this rate is better. One more, let's go. Come on! Why? Why? I only have 25 lands. Hey. Okay. I'm alright with this. Let's do it. Let's do it right now. Snap, kill that. Let's go. It deals 1 to each opponent, huh? So basically, it's part of the whole is it burn? Like, what's that 0 for 1 or 2 CMC red card, Electro Dominance or whatever, that anytime you cast an instant or sorcery, it deals 1 damage to each opponent? Reminds me of that. Okay. Yeah, resolve. Bronze to gold 1, 40, 50 games. Yeah, I believe it, Citrus. It's a huge grind. It is massive in gold. I mean, you can get on a win streak, you can get lucky and just blitz through, but that's hard to do because everyone's trying in gold. And as I said a little bit ago, do I want to just do that? I think I do. This gets rid of his foods to gain life indefinitely. Plus, he's all tapped out of his forest, so he couldn't make one there. Trail of Crumbs. We have the card draw. We just got to hit something good. Casualties. Corvold. Reset to platinum, and everyone else gets pushed down to gold. That's such a large skill gap. It's not fair, in my opinion. And it's not fair, and it's too crowded. Like, because you have people going from silver, which is super easy, right? Silver is. You only need like a 33% win rate to advance through silver to gold. And then slam, you're playing against Diamond 1 players, essentially. That's just not cool, in my opinion. I don't know. I come from playing too much League of Legends, and it's not that aggressively reset. Granted, the resets are once a year as opposed to once a month, but eh. Oh my gosh, I just look at this board and I think, I want a planar cleansing. Planar cleansing. Oh, he almost had me, but too bad for him. My weakness is now my strength, flooding out. Speaking of, but that ain't gonna do anything. Yeah, we need more green than anything here. Let's just sack it. Let's go. What are we drawing here, boys? 3 cards. I like it a lot. Look at this match. I have to keep going quick on my turns because we're gonna time out before we end up winning or losing. Because I think I have this match in the bag. Yikes. 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 Sure. Alright, but that's useless. Cool. I don't have to Murderous Rider for lifelink or anything weird. We got our food token. Nice. I'm gonna try and... Oh, my cat won't die. Why'd I do that? I'll just block with the goose. But yeah, the duress won't work on him. He's a creature. Oh, gosh. And we're both at such high health. Have either of us hit a Mayhem Devil? He hit one. I forget how I killed it. Vraska snap killed it. Yeah, is it Flash? You're right, Patchy. I think is it Flash though is slightly, well, I think it's a lot more weak than Simic Flash, to be honest. I do like is it Flash though because it's not Simic Flash. I hate that deck and everything it stands for. Yeah, Citrus, you're right. Because everyone's in gold, I can't go any lower. Or if they're like really close to the bottom of gold floor 4 and they go up against a deck that everyone hates, like Simic Flash, they'll say, Like when I played Simic Flash for my deck tech videos, there was a lot of videos I couldn't show you guys because I would just play the first few cards and they would snap concede. Like I can't show that on video. That's not impressive at all. But that's how real it is, the hate for Simic Flash. Look at this. But if I put this boy down, he immediately gets blitzed down, doesn't he? Alright, so here we go. This is going to be bait. But I get more value out of the Corvold, and as long as I don't deck myself. I'm at 36. He's at 37. Wow, we're actually really quite equal here. Well, let's go ahead and do this before this all starts happening. I want to kill a goose. Yep. Let's get a witch's oven. Oh, casualties. Can't collect it though. But I'm filtering through to be able to draw it more efficiently. There's my boy. Alright, finally. Is that the first one of the match for me? I can only do one more activation. Ho, 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 ho. Yes. You know what's actually going to happen? Alright, well, I'm glad he did that because look at that. We're within 20 seconds of timing each other out. Oh. Teamer Flash? I think I've heard of that before, but I've never seen it. I mean, I guess they would have all the options technically of Simic and it's just, it would be hard to hit that consistency because Simic Flash is so good because of their turn 4, right? The Wolfpack Ambusher. The Frilled Mystic. Those things are actually insane. So you got rid of a Trail of Crumbs. I draw 2 of them. I have 2 more. That's so crazy. But the Noxious Grasp is also good here, really early on. Alright, so it's a Trail of Crumbs battle. I'm putting this down to guarantee that I'm using my mana here. I could have held this up, but there's no guarantee he's going to play a creature that's necessarily green or... Ooh, did he miss a land? Yes, he did. That is very important to notice. Do I want to put the boy down? I want to put him down when I can sacrifice immediately. So we're going to go ahead and Trail of Crumbs. The next turn I'm going to snap, kill that, I think. Snap it up. Alright. So, we're at 21, he's at 15, looking good. What is that cat? It looks like a cat made of jello. Alright, good. He saw that we had the win because of